First of all, I just want to apologize to all the regulars who normally check us out during our live play-by-play Sacramento Kings streams. I apologize to y'all. We have not been streaming lately, and there's a few reasons for that. Partly because just scheduling, we've had a lot of things to do outside of that, but when it comes to the game and it comes to the Kings, they're terrible, and it's just really hard supporting this team right now. And I think we're just more disappointed because we had such high hopes for this team. Y'all know that. Y'all come to the streams, and sometimes we're apologists for these Kings, but we can't do it anymore. You know what I mean? We can't apologize for this team no more, and there's some things that need to change. We can no longer apologize for this team. This team is playing horrible, and there needs to be changes. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 changes that the Sacramento Kings need to make before next season. Let's get it. All right, the first thing, trade everybody.
Bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Yep, trade everybody except Deaaron Fox and Tyrese Haliburton. Now, I'm surprised when they first drafted Tyrese Haliburton, I looked at him and was like, okay, he looks like a point guard, but we already got Deaaron Fox. But they've been playing them together, and surprisingly, they play very well together. Both are playmakers, and I'm really surprised at how good of a shooter Tyrese Haliburton is. The shot looks a little funky, but it goes in. Now, the problem is the rest of the roster. Now, most of the season, we had a horrible bench. We weren't getting any production, no points, no rebounds, no assists. We weren't getting anything from the bench, right? And the Kings did add Terrence Davis, Mo Harkless, and Deaaron Wright at the trade deadline. They definitely have been like a spark off the bench, been able to keep the pace going, and we've been seeing some pretty good scoring from them. But the problem is, it's too late. Too much, too little, too late, man. So I think going into next season, continue to build your bench, and you got to trade some of these guys, man. You got to get rid of Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, and I'm not sure if Richaun Holmes is under contract, but I would trade him too if he is, because these guys can be of value to other teams, but I just think it's not working anymore with this team. We need a complete revamp of this roster. Trade everybody except Deaaron Fox and Tyrese Haliburton. Second thing I'm going to do, I think you guys know where I'm going. Luke Walton, thank you for your services, but they are no longer needed.
You should probably just get your things as quickly as possible and head on out.
I think we need a new head coach. Now, Luke was a Vlade guy. That was a pick by Vlade Divac, right? We got Monty McNair now, who was the assistant to Daryl Morey in Houston. And the reason I think this move is more likely to happen than what I said earlier as far as trading everybody is because the coach is always going to be an extension of the GM and how he sees his team on the court, right? The fact that Monty McNair did not choose Luke Walton as his coach, I think he kind of wanted to see how he looked and things like that going into next season. But the fact that he's not going to make the playoffs and he's going on these losing streaks, not winning a lot of games, I think he's out of there. I think that's probably going to be the first thing, honestly, that's going to happen this season. Fire Luke Walton and find a new head coach. Now, with all of these losses, right, it's looking like we're headed to the draft lottery. So you got to nail the draft. You cannot miss on this draft pick coming up this summer. One of the things I've noticed while doing these streams with you guys is we give up way too many points in the paint, right? Interior defense is one of our main issues. Rebounding, an interior presence that's going to change shots, block shots, and make guys think twice when coming to the rack. And I don't even care if the guy can't score, but we just need somebody down there that people are going to look at like, okay, we got to think twice before we head to this paint. You know what I mean? So get somebody who's going to be a big body and a big presence and play big. We need somebody who's going to play big more so than anything. So that's what you got to do in the draft. Find a big man. The next thing I'm going to do is focus on the bench, right? Now, we did add a couple of guys, like I said, Mo Harkless. We got the Deaaron Wright, Terrence Davis. Now, I'm not sure if these guys are free agents heading into next season or what their contract situations look like. But if we can keep a couple of these guys or one of them, and to continue to build from there, I think that's definitely a priority that we need to look at. So many games, especially early on in the season, that we couldn't keep the pace and momentum when our bench came in, right? So I think that needs to be a priority. Continue to build that bench up heading into next season. That's the only way you're going to have a chance to really make a playoff run. And the last thing that was out of their control, but heading into next season, I know for a fact they're going to have fans in the stands, right? The Kings have always been one of those teams that feed off of the energy of the building, of the fans yelling, screaming, cheering them on, things like that. So I think that's definitely going to be a benefit to them. And yeah, we could say that about a lot of different teams, but with Sacramento, it's different. This is the only show in town. This city loves their team. The energy is different when the fans are there, and the Kings definitely feed off of that. So with that being said, those are 5 changes that I think the Kings will make heading into next season. Let me know what you think, man. Drop comments, like, subscribe. Definitely appreciate you guys. We will be back with the streams. Let's go.